Oh, yeah, I watched.
I am particularly offended by other people's bad habits that are not the same as my own at the present time. The way they always do those things, this and that and other stuff that I don't have the time, money, or energy to do anymore. But if you've got some things to say about stuff I do every day, that is not the same as yourself at the present time. Who, tell me who, that's WHO, died and made you king.
Be me. Have girlfriend. She wants sexy time. Fuck it, I'm down. 30 minutes later, still fucking, but zoning out. Remember seeing Forrest Gump for the first time ever a few days ago. Girlfriend's name is Jenny. I start to pump faster. She notices. I start moaning louder, like caveman grunts. Retard strength activate. I pin her to the bed, ass still in the air. In my best impression, I can say, "Oh, Jenny, I'm about to come. Jenny, you ever seen my cum? It's real nice." She starts wiggling. I can hear muffles, but can't understand her. I go again. "Jenny, I'm getting closer, Jenny. I can't hold it no more." She wriggles her face out from under the pillow and screams, "Oh God, Forrest, fuck me, Forrest." I don't know what came over me, but I came the hardest I have in my entire life. At that moment, I felt the spirits of my ancestors wash over me and take me away. There's no birth control that could have stopped that load. My face after experience nirvana. My face when I now have a new Forrest Gump role-playing fetish.
I thought you said it was going to be depressing. That was very uplifting.
I told
Yeah.
you no, I'm doing a funny one. I said no, I'm doing this one. It's a funny one.
No, yeah, that was the right choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely the right choice. Were you
Thank
waiting
you,
to get
Brad.
sad?
Thank you,
waiting. How could this end poorly?
Welcome to Verbal Assault.
You get AIDS.
Thank you. Get the Wuhan AIDS. You don't want that.
Spoiler alert.
I hate the Wuhan.
What's the Wuhan AIDS?
The Wuhan AIDS?
Can those go away?
It occurred to me I was driving home earlier. I've forgotten to go to the Asian market, but
Buy
I'm gonna do that.
Face mask.
yeah, I gotta do that for next week. No,
What
I
were
gotta
we-
get. We gotta get some weird. We gotta get some weird food from the Asian market.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
do
try to
like
remember that for next week.
Freeze-dried squid.
Yeah, yeah. some
Yeah,
squid-
those are good.
Completely forgot about that until right
squid
now.
snack.
Would that be like astronaut ice cream but squid?
It's
Yeah. just
well, I
like
wouldn't
that.
say freeze-dried squid, but it's like it's a
It's
a snack.
like jerky.
yeah, it's like a jerky. You can get them
dehydrated.
spicy and stuff.
I think
They
I
smell
could-
like dirty
Gooey
vagina.
fuck, right?
What?
I think
Well,
I
how
could
do you
totally do that. I could
Yeah.
totally eat freeze-dried squid. Something
Yeah.
jerky-like. Man, jerky
Sure.
fish? Oh, man.
What?
I would
They
love
make
it.
know,
they
that
do
was the
they do it
thing.
as salmon. They're pretty good.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Salmon, that's the
those.
best.
They
Not for
do.
me.
I would order it all the time, man.
I
They
would
do it
not.
with maple.
I mean, I could eat it. It's not exactly going to be my first choice. I could eat it. But
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
guess I could eat
I mean,
it.
how many times do you ever get to eat your first choice? How often? How many
I mean,
times in your life have you ever eaten your
Anytime I
first?
want. I mean,
Depends how much money's in your wallet.
earlier my
Yeah.
first choice was I want a steak and I want fries and I want a mug of beer. And you know what I got? I got a steak. I got fries. I got some spinach, which was that wasn't really what I really wanted, but I ate some
Yeah.
of that so I could act like I was healthy.
Yeah.
And then I got a mug of beer, and it was perfect. They actually cooked the steak perfectly, perfect medium rare. I never
They
see
cook
it.
it in front of you.
It never happened. Yes,
He would say, "You got hibachi."
no, but it was fantastic. I got a perfectly cooked steak at a restaurant. It seems like every time I get meat, I ask for medium rare, I get medium.
Yep.
So they did it right this time. So I was very happy about that.
Good.
Yeah, Patrick, how you doing, man?
Doing great. It was all day doing rock climbing,
What?
go kart racing,
Oh
Mm.
shit!
and trampoline shit today.
That sounds
This guy.
fun.
Look at
Man.
this guy. He's out in
Yeah.
Disney.
Easy, the Discovery Zone.
Yeah.
Did you play in the ball pit?
Yeah, I did actually. Well, it was a foam
Oh.
pit, but not a ball pit.
Oh,
Sorry,
wow.
foam pit.
I think
Wow.
the foam pit's probably better.
Did you pee
Left
in it?
ejaculate in there.
Yeah.
No, you had to buy socks from them, which is weird. You had to buy. They've never been used. They're
Did they
grippy
let you keep
socks.
them?
What?
Yeah, you can keep them. And then when
Oh,
you go
they
back
don't
in the
want
next time,
They don't want
you
your
can
dirty
you
ass
can
feet wandering
Right.
around in there. Okay.
yeah. So then you can trade them for new ones
You don't
Hmm.
understand.
and not have to
You
pay
gotta
them
buy our
the
socks.
next time.
Now that's for the trampoline thing.
Yeah, the trampoline side. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you trade
get
them?
these-
Do they
Yeah, you
wash
can-
them and reuse them?
I
I
guess
have
they
no
wash
idea.
them and
They
give them to
said
homeless
this is
people or something.
our recycling program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you
Sounds
get driver
good.
socks.
Do they spray them like they do bowling shoes or something?
I didn't watch the process.
Yeah, we promise this spray is magical.
I wanna-
It cleans
I wanna
all
know.
bacteria.
Cleans
Just back their whole
everything.
McCann going.
Yeah.
No, they give the old ones to
Put
the
extra on
homeless.
this one.
Yeah, to the homeless that live out back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here you
They
go.
need
Homeless
socks,
people love
too.
new socks, man. That's like the
They're
top
pretty.
thing they
They're
want.
pretty thin socks. They're not thick, so it's not going to keep them warm. But at least they'll be able to run better on the ground because they got the grip.
Grip socks.
Grip
Yeah.
socks. Mm-hmm.
Pediatric grip socks.
Mm-hmm. For those old man diabetics.
Yeah, Dave, you have any of those old man diabetic socks?
I don't
Compression
have a
socks.
need for them, so that's a no.
No,
I know what
Dave-
you're talking about.
The
Dave
copper
is-
ones.
Dave is in shape. Dave is svelte. I don't know how.
I don't think so.
Dave won the genetic lottery.
I don't think so.
He can
Yeah.
eat anything he wants, drink anything he wants.
Hey, I caught a glimpse of Dave a little while ago changing his shirt in the office.
No, you didn't.
Ooh.
That's a svelte man.
He hasn't had diarrhea in 20 years.
That's not true.
Maybe extra diarrhea. Maybe that's what keeps him lean.
Diarrhea keeps me
Diarrhea.
lean.
So Dave, you're doing well then.
I'm doing well. I wasn't up to par last week. I was sub par last week.
Mm.
So I feel like I'm okay today.
You bringing the heat this week?
I don't know if I'm bringing the heat.
What about the meat?
I don't know.
You bring in the meat then.
The meat.
All right.
If you can't bring the heat, bring the meat.
Hey man, we got chats blowing up, man. We got Joe Call in chat. Becca's in chat, so she's
Nice.
got
Oh,
time.
Becca. I remember Becca. I
Who's
remember
that?
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
week.
Joe Call.
Next week,
Yeah.
right here, live on Verbal
Becca, I
Assault.
think Joe Call's aiming to take your spot. You better get back in.
Yeah,
here
Joe
soon.
Call's been
Yeah.
itching, and you know he's dying to jump
I didn't
on.
think he wanted anybody to talk about his itching.
Oh,
Oh, he may not, but he did. He managed to stay up late because it's way past his bedtime
Hmm.
to check us out.
Oh,
Becca, are you going to write a poem tonight for us and just put it in chat?
yeah.
It's a good idea. That's
Yeah.
a good idea. Let's keep track of the
in.
chat. Somebody
man.
Keep track of that.
No, man, she needs to call the number, and she needs to do the poem through the number
That is good.
on the
That's
show
also
because
a
we'll
good-
get it, and then so there you go. You got shit to do.
Yeah. Just
We miss
just
you.
call
Homework
that
assignment.
call that
Due in
number.
an hour and a half.
Leave a poem, and it could be based off just what we've said so far. We don't mind.
That's
You
right.
don't.
Now that I
Fish
think about it,
jerky
you
and
could have done
diarrhea.
this every week.
Yeah,
We
hell?
need to go back and edit the episodes to put your
Slacking.
poem in.
slacking. We need a poem. We need a singular poem that represents all the weeks you've missed.
There you
A
go.
mega poem.
A novel poem.
Yeah. Brad,
Yo.
what's up, man?
Hey. Update. So you remember
Update.
my first world problems from last week?
First world update.
For anybody who didn't listen for some reason.
As if there's
Um,
anyone in the world that didn't
Oh my
listen last week.
god! I know it's ridiculous to think that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had an issue where, anyway, I got smart lights where you can hook them up to Google Home, and Philips updated their shit, and they're making you buy a new bridge because they're like, we ain't gonna support the old one, and it's been sold out forever, and it wasn't sold out last week when I checked because I check every week and tried to use the coupon code they sent me. It didn't work. Stayed on customer service. Listen for shit from last week's episode about that. Anyway, Shortly after the episode was over, I told them, look, this is what it says. And they were like, okay, well, here, use this coupon code. It looks nothing like the one they had sent me originally. I think it was just one that they made up on the spot to send to me. So just so I could get the price and be happy and shut the fuck up. But
Good.
that worked because I got my shit.
You got it.
Haven't had a chance to hook it up yet. But
I was getting emails. People were very worried about it.
I'm glad.
They didn't want him living in the dark.
Didn't want them to storm the website yet, but
They were worried about your mental health. They thought, oh my God, Brad's going to be stuck in the dark forever.
I'm just
'Cause
going
he's
to be a
forgotten how to use
crazy
his switch.
person just living in the dark. Like, oh no, the sun's going down.
Can't
Oh,
hide
no.
that candle under a bushel.
No.
Can't do
Set
it.
on fire with the rage. So I got that. I need to hook it up. I've just not had a chance to do it. It's fun being busy all the time, but then you're busy all the time and you don't have time to fuck around. But you stay busy.
Were you going to open that box?
I
Have an open
mean,
box.
I know I talked about it. If anybody could tell me just how bright 800 lumens is, because I know it's a measurement of light, but I have nothing to gauge it against in my head.
1 lumen is like 3.5 fireflies. So if you want to do that math, you can figure
How
it
they
out.
stick that many fireflies in one lamp.
That's a lot of lumen mathematics.
But I found something neat online because I've been doing the 3D printing shit, and I can make those mystery boxes from Mario. You know, the yellow ones with the question mark.
Yeah.
I can make those because I already have a suspended lamp.
Like those Chinese things. It's not a Chinese thing, but it's...
I got a Chinese lantern in my room, and it's hooked on. It's what the fuck is that word called? Anyway, it's
monkey?
a lamp on a string. I got
So-
a lamp on a string. I
Hedgehog.
can stick a light bulb in, so I
Brad,
can hedgehog. you're
One
right.
one candle power equals 12.57 lumens.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Hey, Siri.
I would have thought like
bring
you-
math into this.
You'd almost think that 1 lumen would be 1 candle. It'd be sort of like horsepower,
Yeah.
you know?
That's only
so
64 candle power. Oh my God. 64 candle
Wait,
power?
shit.
Get out of here with that shit.
Wait a minute. Wait a
What
minute.
is
Wait a
this,
minute.
fucking ancient Britain?
My dad had a
is-
million candle power spotlight, okay, that we would use to go frog gigging.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Frog digging. Oh, we all know what it is.
Million candle power.
Dave,
Mm.
So is a lumen or the candle, are one of these metric? Is this metric or is this the...
The global standard.
So I can
believe.
give like the real definition of what a lumen is.
All right.
okay.
1 lumen is the amount of light emitted in a solid angle of 1 SR from a source that radiates to an equal extent in all directions and whose intensity is 1 CD.
Well, what the fuck's an SR and a
That-
CD?
That's why I
So
went
is this a
with.
How many
standard
compact
unit?
discs are in here?
That's
It's
what
not,
yeah.
it's not like the, it's not like the imperial, it's metric, it's
No,
just
it's
the
just
standard.
it's just different measurements.
Yeah.
Its own
That's-
thing, like Kelvin.
Yeah, different
That's why I
scales.
just went down and somebody said, "What is
Yeah,
one?"
but even Kelvin can
candle
be
power?
translated to something else.
Right. Yeah. So it is like so yeah. I guess what you're asking. Yeah, it is like that. It's not.
So
It's not like in Europe they use lumens and here we use candle power, but it's kind of like that. Like
Candle power.
if you're a
It is, but it
scientist
isn't.
and you prefer to
that
work
I'm
in
not.
if
I'm
you but if
not.
you are just in case you
but-
are
yeah,
and
I'm a layman.
and if
A layman.
But you're involved in so much
but
stuff.
if a layman prefers to work in lumens, then you have the freedom to do that.
Hmm.
They call it lumen.
Do I have to
layman.
make that decision today?
Just the next time you run your experiment.
I prefer CP candle power. It
Yeah,
makes more
candle
sense
power.
for daily use,
Yeah.
just like Fahrenheit.
Yeah, because I
Right.
know what a candle
Imperial.
does.
Yeah.
And I've been frog gigging with 1 million candle power.
Right.
Anybody that doesn't know, it's like bragging rights when you got like the biggest spotlight in the group, out
Yeah, shining.
rednecking through the swamp or
True.
whatever. Like,
Facts.
who's got
I
the
saw-
highest power?
I've seen that with coon hunting
Yeah, same idea. Yeah, you're just
Raccoon
shining the
hunting.
light
Yeah.
and looking for eyes.
In the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Buddy had one of those. big candle power ones like you're talking about. But when you would plug it in, the rest of the lights would dim just a little for a little bit until they all caught up. And it was just, we would do that over and over again.
Steve-O.
Laughter.
I'm just trying to figure out why everyone cares about pooping for Caitlin.
Pooping for Caitlin.
What?
I'm not
Does
familiar
she-
with this.
Does
What we
does
talking-
Caitlin tenderly poop?
It's
that what it
trending.
is?
It's trending on Twitter.
She needs a fecal transplant.
It's some girl
going
that
well.
apparently. Well, this is what I've found out so far. It's some widely hated girl who's like a college student that's like pro-gun and anti-gay or something. And
Oh,
you know
Is
what
it the
I'm
one
talking
that said
about?
the N-word?
that kind of
Oh.
widely hated. I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
That kind.
Yeah, you have
Normal-
to catch me up.
Normal girl from the South.
Yeah. I guess a
Probably.
few years ago she took a picture of herself with her like graduation cap and also a gun.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
and-
I think-
Oh,
she
I'm
got-
familiar with that.
Okay, well, apparently she pooped herself at a party, and that's
Oh my God.
it's
Aw.
trending on Twitter right now. Pooping for Caitlin.
So
I was
we
looking
need
for things, just looking at Twitter because it's kind of hard to find things on Twitter when you live in an echo chamber because all my shit is all space stuff. So I'm like, let me check the
Yeah.
trending stuff, and the second or third thing was pooping for Caitlin. So I just was like, well, what the fuck is that?
I wonder.
Now you're gonna throw your whole feed off, Steve-O.
Yeah, the
get
fact
shit
that
in
I
there that ain't
clicked on
supposed
it.
to be there.
I didn't like any
Oh.
of it though.
Is it that we have to like take a pictures of our poop?
Well, see, I don't
And
know.
send it-
I lost
hashtag-
interest very
That's where the
quickly.
mystery is.
That's why I thought if I brought it up at all, it would be right now when Nathan says, "How you doing?" And I was like, pooping for
Pooping for
Caitlin.
Caitlin, you know me, bro.
Pooping.
All
Just
about the
pooping.
cause.
Well, let's go to one of those trending topics from this week. I
Yes.
sent you a video, Steve-O, and I'm guessing at least some of you have seen this.
I hadn't seen it, but I had seen some of the controversy online.
Right.
Why is it
Let's
controversial?
watch this video.
And now I'm not going to play the sound because
I've
it's
seen this.
just like airline sounds. There's no
Okay.
talking. You
And,
can't
hey,
hear anybody
can I make
talking.
Can I make one point? When
Yeah.
this originally aired,
Oh,
what
shit.
you saw
Where's
was
that?
what you
Turn
saw,
the audio up.
which is you can see his head, but
You thought it was
now
Nathan.
since-
I know.
no.
It does look like Nathan at a certain angle.
But now that they're showing it, they're blurring out his face.
Oh, not in this video.
No, not in this. This is the original one.
You want to see that? Like, there's like one shot of his eyes where he looks like a complete psychopath.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Okay. So
Are we talk about our take
well-
on this?
yeah. So people
Yeah.
don't. So this is this original. This is the original tweet video from this woman, Marina Morocco. This video has the internet legitimately divided. Dude is the. Maybe this isn't the original.
Yeah, I don't think this is the
know. I thought it
original
was.
tweet. She just grabbed this video and posted. She like works for
Okay.
Fox 5 somewhere.
Dude is in the last seat on the plane. Seat doesn't recline. Hers does, and she reclines. He's upset and is punching her seat incessantly. So she records who is right, who is wrong. So everybody's been just.
He
Yeah, talking
he-
about
he
whether.
is punching.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he's like.
he's basically rocking her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to make that point because that's what the media has been saying: punching, punching, punching. And I'll show you.
Not
I'm
really
gonna- all
punching.
he's doing is just putting his fist up against the seat, and he's pushing. Now it
Just
doesn't
rocking
make it.
it.
I'm not condoning it. I don't
Looks
know
like
what
a
my
big
take
tough
is,
guy.
but he is not punching that seat.
He's trying to let her know that he's back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nonverbal communication.
she does not seem to be in his way at all. It looks like he's got
yeah.
plenty
Yeah.
of space. He's watching a movie or playing a game or something on his phone.
his tray table is really close to him.
Well, the tray table
that in
comes from
mind.
the chair.
And the tray table doesn't move depending on
Still
if
looks
someone
like-
is
Well, if-
reclined or not. The tray
Are you
table,
tell me
huh?
that it shortens? It doesn't do that.
No, it just it doesn't.
I don't think it's mounted to the seat in front of him.
It
It
is
is.
mounted
Well, it
to
is
the
mounted to the
seat
seat in
front.
front of you, but there's enough allowance for however far that seat reclines,
Oh,
which isn't
wait.
much.
Yeah, it's
But it
probably
doesn't
mounted
affect where
wrong.
your table is. Your table's going to be in the same spot whether they're reclined or not.
He looks like his space is just fine.
Yeah.
So let me get my perspective on this is, I know this woman has said she has back issues.
Ugh.
Who cares? It doesn't
and
matter.
I know
You should be able to recline.
Yeah, no, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is if I get on a plane and you're on a plane for hours and you're stuck ramrod straight, that's going to fuck up your lower back if you have back problems.
Mhm.
I'm going to be reclining the seat.
Yeah.
The function is there
It's
for a
there,
reason.
Exactly. And they make
Yeah.
it and they limit it for a reason because they don't want you laying in the person behind you's lap. And that makes perfect sense. Why does it make you an asshole because you reclined your seat?
And see, I would just turn around and say, hey, look, this is my issue, and if it's really bothering me, then this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
And that is in no way, that guy was just being a dick, I
Mhm.
think, Of course,
Yeah.
now she's saying she has personal injury. She's been personally injured from that.
Yeah.
And like she's angling for a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah, that is
No.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's
No.
bullshit.
No.
Seemed fine enough to record that video.
And this
Yeah.
looks like it actually looks like first class, by the way. You see those seats that
No, it's not.
No, if you're first class, you're like
even in the
your
back
own-
seat, you probably have
Yeah.
your own.
Well, first class, you're in your own
Little
you have a
lounge.
seat that can literally lay down.
Yeah.
You can
Not everywhere. No, I mean,
If you're-
well, some-
if
Either
went-
way, it's coach. It
Yeah.
it was even posted in the
That
news
it's
piece
coach.
that it
When
was coach.
when I went to Spain the first time, I got bumped to elite business class.
Ooh.
And it was the coolest fucking thing ever.
yeah.
It was like it wasn't like a row of seats. It was like I had my own huge section. It was like a huge.
Like a tiny New York studio apartment.
An
Yeah,
I mean,
airplane
I've heard of
cubicle.
like
you could
the
hit a
pods
button and it
stuff,
would
but-
motorize. It would like go to flat. You could lay down.
Okay.
I had fucking steak and champagne.
Damn.
It was fucking awesome. It'll never happen again.
I think different airlines might do it differently, or maybe it's just been that long since I've flown on anything other than like Allegiant, because Allegiant doesn't even have first class.
No.
But I just remember walking through first class to get to coach, and instead of 3 seats per side, it'll be 2, and they're nice and wide and stuff, and they can recline more. Like there's more leg room and stuff, but I don't think every airline, or at least every plane, will have that ability to lay down flat, unless everybody's gone to that, and I just haven't seen the inside of a first class section in a while.
Well, yeah, we're talking a huge plane on a international flight. You
Right.
know,
When I went to Costa Rica, I didn't have that, but each plane's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
I
guy's
I was flying Delta.
Yeah.
So everybody's in agreement that this guy's an asshole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. If the function's there, you should be allowed to do it, because they, like I said, they only recline so much, and it ain't much.
It's not much, no.
I've noticed when the people in front of me recline back, I'm like, oh, they're reclining back. Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal.
Literally fine.
Now, your particular alignment with your window might determine, like, if you're sitting at the window and then the person in front of you reclines, because those seats aren't perfectly lined up with those windows. So every once in a while you get a window that's kind of going to
Right.
be fucked up if the person in front of you leans back, but it's just part of travel.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and Joe had said that in chat that if you really had back problems, you wouldn't have said something and not record and complain later, which is I completely agree with
Yep.
you.
Yep.
You had one hand up to record, so
Yeah.
Well, I think if you look at the story, what she says happened was she said something to the stewardess, and the stewardess actually told her to quit causing problems. Like,
I heard differently from the news.
really?
Was
Because
that
that's what I've
they
heard.
agreed
is
with
that
her.
They came
And-
down on her,
It's
and now
probably a
the owner
courtesy
of the
thing.
company is now apologizing to her for how they treated her. Is what I had seen. I guess we'll have to investigate further.
Oh, I just looked
So
up
much
the
fake
story.
news.
We'll have
out
to
there.
drill down on this fake
Yeah.
news shit.
Yeah.
Passenger
know.
claims a man assaulted her. by punching the back of her seat.
Yeah,
Even though it was a gentle rocking.
Yeah, it really was.
she's
yeah.
probably a bitch too.
He was
We
trying
got
to
an
help her
asshole.
sleep.
We got an asshole and a bitch ran into each other.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
what we have here.
They were going
that's
from
fine.
New Orleans to Charlotte, North Carolina, so that's probably a 3-hour flight. And
Yeah, that's not even that long.
yeah, that's not even that long. And then let's see.
See, it does look like he says something, like he lifts his head up and says something to her,
Yeah, a couple times actually. Yeah.
but you can't make it out.
He's like, "Hey, cunt, you like that cunt?"
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
hear it. It's just too loud on the
Yeah,
plane.
Yeah.
The
What?
lady-
Oh, right
or
there. What was
stewardess
that?
offered him
Oh,
a
yeah,
free
he
meal.
really leaned
That's
in
a
on
good
that one.
question for chat. That's
Yeah,
a good question for chat. What's he saying?
What's he
Chad?
saying? Yeah.
What's he
Yeah.
saying to this lady?
And I'm sorry, Kyle.
Tell us what she's saying.
I wasn't on the chat screen. I missed your comment that you said that that girl had she actually brought the gun to her graduation.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't just pictures. But yeah, what do y'all think that he said? He does. He looks more like David Cross than Nathan, I think.
Thank you. Yeah,
I think he's saying.
he's got a little bit more soy in his diet than I've got.
I think he's saying,
I eat steak.
"I hate you, you privileged milf."
Is that what it was?
And she's like, "Oh, thanks for the compliment."
Yeah.
You really think
Let's
I'm
go
a
to the
MILF?
bathroom.
Oh, thank you.
Wait.
Let's be part of this Mile High Club.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go get one.
Maybe that's
Let's
what it was.
upgrade to get one of those pods. Oh, no thanks. We'll share.
Oh, okay. Chat says, Joe says, that was the equivalent of a toddler kicking your seat. Annoying? Yes. Assault? No.
Yeah, totally agreed.
Unless somebody made the argument that the toddler doesn't really know any better and that the adult should know better. So there's some kind
It's
of
worse than that. Yeah.
fine line for knowing of assault.
I
don't
would
know.
definitely. I mean, let's say that if I'm in her position, and I say, "Look, my back is fucked up, and I need to do this," and and I can see that it's not really impeding him anyway, and he starts to do that to me, and he doesn't stop, we're gonna have a fucking problem.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
We're gonna have a fucking
problem.
yeah. You might end up kicked off the plane or something.
Yeah,
I mean, it might
Somebody's
warrant
gonna
assault
be-
or not assault, but harassment.
The lady
You're on
is
the
claiming
no-fly list,
whiplash.
brother.
yeah. I'll be in jail as a fucking terrorist or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe says he's a dick, not assault.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Totally.
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 Where'd my fucking phone go?
True.
It's true.
It's true.
Guys, we got a very important birds update.
Oh,
There is
Oh,
some
yeah. I saw the tweet you tweeted earlier, and I'm like,
there
what
is
he talking
some
about?
there's some new bird science out there.
Thank God.
WF. Birds are shrinking because of climate change.
Well, the computers are shrinking. We don't need as big of birds as before.
Birds and other animals are
That's
shrinking
true.
because of climate change, the World Economic Forum announced Monday. Citing a recent article published in Ecology Letters, the WF posted a video claiming that climate change is causing birds and other animals to shrink in size, while birds' wings are simultaneously getting longer.
Dun dun dun.
Scientists say birds are shrinking because of climate change, states a text video. Researchers looked at more than 70,000 North American birds and found that over 40 years most have gotten smaller, while their wingspans have grown longer. Scientists think smaller bodies help the birds keep cool, but this means they have less energy, so they need bigger wings to compensate. Experts think global warming is causing other animals to shrink too, including species such as mountain goats, fish, salamanders, and wasps, all getting smaller as the planet heats up.
Man, it seems a little fast for those kinds of changes.
Well,
I'm
the
just-
computer's updated, remember? That's what
Yeah,
Brett
I
said.
mean,
that's
technology advances so quickly.
I mean,
bro.
you remember
Come on.
how the rage for a long time was a smaller cell phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We got to get them smaller.
Mhm.
Now they're
And
too
now
small.
we're back
This
to
is-
being bigger.
The government's saying we're updating the technology and we need smaller birds. Smaller birds, bigger
Well,
wings.
it's just they need to make them lighter. I mean, because the technology is smaller, so why have this huge housing when you can make it smaller and not have all that wasted space and material?
So, like, what they're saying is condors will have like finch-like bodies and these huge, gigantic spruce goose wings.
I think this comment about other animals, mountain goats, fish, salamanders, wasps, all getting smaller. I feel like that might be a red herring. That's just literally a red herring. They're just trying to throw us off. They're throwing us off the scent.
Yeah,
we know
by throwing
birds,
that wasp in with other animals.
We know birds aren't real.
Yeah,
but they're trying to lump in all these other fucking animals like goats. Throw us off the scent.
There's nothing to see here.
Exactly.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Not even gonna try.
Supposedly, there are giant pelicans that have been spotted rarely around here that have like 11-foot wingspans.
Pine
11 big ass ones, but
11 foot. I don't know if I.
Doesn't that sound insane?
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. Actually, I think 11 feet is.
I don't think
what's a
that
condor's
pelican's been
wingspan?
eating too much red herring.
I don't know. Wait,
let's
look
up condor's wingspan.
Well, let's see. I'm going to look up giant pelican first.
I'm seeing some big pelicans.
I want to see it. I hear pelicans are evil birds. Is that true?
They're assholes.
Is that true?
I mean, I don't know if they're evil. They're just assholes. It's like they're on the back of the plane.
Oh my god! Look at this guy. Here, let's see. Open image in new tab.
I used to have a video of my own. We were fishing. We were in Florida fishing with my uncle, and we were out on the jetty, and he just grabbed a pelican by the beak and yanked it up onto the.
So is that your uncle right there?
Maybe it was. Is it?
Yeah, he doesn't see it.
I can't see it, but it was hilarious. That bird losing its shit, and he's just got it by the.
There's your uncle. Now this could easily be a perspective thing.
Yeah, that's a perspective.
This pelican could be like much closer.
That pelican is closer. That dude's behind the pelican.
But what about the wingspan?
We need wingspan. I need stats, bro.
All right, let's go. Giant.
You can't
pelican,
trust the picture.
11-foot wingspan.
Should I add, bro?
Giant pelican stats.
Let's see. Huge bird is a slight margin. Is by a slight margin the largest of the pelican species. Let's see. Measures. Come on, give me that wingspan.
Up to 8 feet.
8 to 11 feet. 8 to 11.
8 to 11 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
11 and a half
Dalmatian.
feet, I might add.
It's the Dalmatian penguin.
I need to see a picture of a Dalmatian penguin. Pull that wiki up.
I like this one. Look at that. Oh, that's a stylish motherfucker right
Look at that
there.
head of hair, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's ready.
Well, what's a condor's wingspan? They're supposed to be the biggest, right?
Yeah, condor wingspan. That's a handsome animal right there. He don't care. He don't give two shits for how his hair is that way. It's the David Bowie of pelicans.
It says 310. Oh, that's 9 to 10 feet.
Wait, the pelican's bigger? Have we been lied to all these years?
Well, we've been lied to about birds for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
what about we just found out this year?
Albatross, it says 11 feet. That's the one I'm thinking of.
But the other one's still 11 and a half feet.
It was it 11? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it was
11.
It was up to 11 and a half.
So the pelican is the mightiest of birds.
It's got to be. I mean, and it can hold a lot of stuff in its beaky beak.
Yeah,
there.
they like government bombers.
Beak bop.
They have to be. No, they hold drones. They can carry drones in their
like
mouth,
a drone
man.
carrier.
Oh yeah,
they can be.
like an aircraft carrier for birds.
Yeah, they just open up their mouth. They go. Oh, and all these drones come out. I mean, apparently condors can come out of its fucking mouth because they got bodies like finches now.
That's a fact, man. Look it up.
Google it.
God
just Google
damn it.
Yeah.
Wait,
just
is maybe
Google it.
is that the reason to have smaller birds to fit more into the pelican?
That's right.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. They're just trying to wean you into that fact.
Yeah.
We figured it out here on
Pelican
Purple Assault.
attack cruiser.
Hey, see, listen, Joe says if he had the shots, he'd upload them, but his grandpa used to take photographs of pelicans. They are that big. And he says you should watch a video of those things eating.
All right.
They're monsters, man.
Watch
They're
those things
little
eat.
dinosaurs.
I want to see some videos of pelicans eating.
Giant-
They
Yeah.
look like that.
Particularly the David Bowie of pelicans.
It'll look like that one porn star Steve was always talking about.
Yeah.
Just gobbling
Steve-O
up
talks about a porn star frequently.
semen.
All
That
the
one-
time, man.
that
The
one redhead.
condor.
Not
Oh,
a day
the
goes
redhead
by.
boy.
I
remember that
I want
red.
to do
Yeah.
Dalmatian. See, now that we know
Yeah,
what it's really
Dalmatian.
called,
Yeah.
Dalmatian.
Dalmatian
Am I not
pelican
spelling that right?
eating, feeding.
I hope it ends up being a
Eating,
Dalmatian
feeding.
dog eating a pelican.
Oh, it's with an A. 30 seconds of Dalmatian pelican chick. Chick. I don't want to see. I want to see the real fucking thing here. Come
Kyle
on,
wants to
Google.
know where the closest zoo with one is. We're just going to be the Google of pelicans today.
Pelicans eat baby birds. All right,
Okay,
let's watch
that's
that.
Watch
terrible,
that.
but
That's
all
what we
right.
That
want.
sounds
Mm.
great.
I'm
That's-
down with it.
This is how it transports.
Hey, wait. Should we
The
give
birds.
a trigger warning? Should we give a trigger warning?
It's
the
nature.
YouTube video?
We
Well, we
said what
just
was
said it.
coming, you know.
Yeah.
And here it comes,
Here we go.
guys.
Oh wait.
Look at
Get
that
outta
unicorn.
here.
Heads.
Gone unnoticed by the pelicans.
All right.
Here we go.
I don't think we need the commentary.
We don't.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Like chomp.
That's fucking
I'm gonna
brutal.
eat you.
Oh,
my
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
man.
terrible.
Nature is metal, man.
And look, there's like a whole
Oh
buffet
my
right here. Look at all
God.
these little ones. They just take their pick.
It's like a buffet.
Like up, down the
Oh
gullet.
my god. Why?
Damn,
Why?
nature is
Get-
scary.
Oh, look if you
My
see him
belly.
wiggling inside.
Get
Oh my
in
God.
And the other
my
birds are
belly.
just sitting there, just chilling while this is
Whoa.
happening.
Holy shit.
You just try to
Ah.
keep your head down and hope the pelicans don't notice
Yeah,
you.
strength in numbers, man.
Pelicans are coming for you.
Jesus.
It's a pelican buffet, man.
Pelicanus crispus, the Dalmatian pelican.
That's crazy,
Yeah, that's horrifying.
man. Oh, wow.
We're getting to the bottom of this, people. We got the true terrorist is right here.
That's right.
Look at his little eye. It's
For
made of
those
raisins,
listening,
by
I
the way.
mean-
I hope you know.
And just so you know, the stork brings your baby. The government's pelicans will come take it away if you don't conform.
Yeah, for those listening, it was just like a gang of pelicans rolling up and just started just gobbling up all these birds.
Yeah.
baby
So
pelicans.
just pick them,
I mean-
scoop them up, and give them a swallow.
Didn't even talk to him first.
Yeah,
Oh man, that was
Just,
I mean-
just a little birdie throating.
that's a like
What?
people always talk about nature being
Just
so
gonna let
like
that slide
fucking
by?
beautiful.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Dirty as shit.
I missed it. What
You
did
want to say what you said again for the rest of the class, Dave?
A little birdie throating.
Okay.
birdie throating. Well,
Man,
you
I
want to
didn't
see
land
brutal,
this
man. I
time.
was watching some of that series. I think it's called Our Planet. It's narrated by David Attenborough. You know the
Hmm.
one.
Oh, gotta love him.
And there's a part. I think it's either the first or second episode. I think it's the second episode, and they're talking about walruses and this place that they go, and like I guess they're running out of space. There's a lot of like global warming things riddled in there, and they're like the water's rising on this island that they usually hang out at, and so they're running out of room, and some of them have gone up to like the tops of these cliffs, and there's so many of them they'll just slip, and they have all this footage of them falling to their death. It's like 100-foot cliff, and they just like start slipping and slipping, and then they just fall. They're just like, "Durr."
That's oh my god, that's
And
there
it's
could be
funny,
so
like
many
whenever,
memes.
like the first one they show fall, like he says something like, they need
I'm
They-
falling.
they see like they have terrible vision, but they can sense that the other walruses are down below, and that's where they need to be. And then they show one like slipping on the like It's got the slick rock. You know what I mean, with like all the little fucking broken pieces and shit. And they just start slipping and falling, and then they show, I don't know, 5 or 10 more falling off these cliffs. It's pretty brutal. It's like the fucking what's his name from Little Mermaid?
Wow, what?
Wow. The one. Scuttle. Yeah, the bird.
Old Scuttle the bird.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Scuttle the bird.
I just want to see 3 others and all with like that, like they were the beetle penguins or something.
You want a boy band of penguins? Is that what you want?
I think that would be interesting.
Penguin boy band.
Well, 4 more because there were 5 beetles, but we don't have to go down that road.
Oh,
No,
Kyle
please
said,
don't.
"Where's the closest zoo with one?" And Joe said, "Go to Florida." Well, we were just at the Brevard Zoo last week, and I didn't see no penguins. I mean, pelicans.
I didn't see any penguins either.
No
You
penguins.
need to- you
I
should
don't think a
call.
zoo has a pelican.
I wonder, if you just ask the zoo where the pelicans are, they're just like, go to the port, dude.
Yeah, go
Come
to
on.
Walmart's park.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of
Yeah,
pelicans
but
around.
We're talking
here,
the biggest bird in the world.
yeah.
Hey,
Dalmatian
Steve-O.
Yeah.
I'll give you $1 if you go to the zoo again and say, "Hey, where are the pelicans?"
Better be a pelican than a pelican.
Giving Dave that look. I can see me giving him that look. Steve-O, did you see? And I just glanced at this and then kept going, but it was a headline saying SpaceX is going to have just anybody can go into space.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and.
You got the money.
yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, it's
Is that
really
true?
happening. So there's this company called Space Adventures, and they've been doing this for a while. They have sent, like, I think it's 8 people. They've organized them riding on the Soyuz, which is a Russian spacecraft, same one that the astronauts used to get up there since the space shuttle, and before. The U.S. astronauts have flown with the Russians for years, but we've flown with them exclusively since the end of the space shuttle. And Space Adventures has organized just rich people to fly up to the space station and hang out for a little while and then come back. And so they have teamed up with SpaceX and Boeing. I learned today they already had a deal with Boeing that they did back in 2010, I believe it said, where their plan is that once Starliner gets flying and Crew Dragon, of course, as well, that they're going to organize flights for people. And that's been the plan. I mean, if you follow this stuff, it's like that's kind of the mantra whenever you hear the NASA administrator talk about this stuff. The goal is to get these companies flying, but the companies own their hardware. Like the Dragon is owned by SpaceX and the Starliner is owned by Boeing. Whereas in the past, and even now, actually, there's another spacecraft called Orion that has been contracted by NASA. It will be owned by NASA. No one else is going to use it. But the whole idea with Commercial Crew, which is the program, that's just what the program's called for flying astronauts on SpaceX and Boeing, to get them ready, but that they own their hardware whenever that's all done, and they can do whatever they want with it. So Space Adventures wants to fly up to 4 people on a Crew Dragon, not to the space station, just like a free flight. And it's going to be an eccentric orbit, which means that like it's going to be in orbit, but like it's going to have one end of the orbit's going to be kind of a lower altitude, like still in space, but you know, a lower altitude, and then the other end of it is going to be way up high. It's called the apogee. It's going to be up high, and apparently they're going to be able to see views. The way they say it is they're going to be able to see Earth in a way that no one's seen since the last Gemini mission. But what about Apollo? Like they went higher. Maybe their whole thing is like it's just an Earth orbit mission, and I don't know why they claim that it's like the first time since Gemini and not since Apollo, because Apollo came after it and they went to the moon. They saw the Earth from much farther away than the Gemini astronauts did.
But they're kind of they're aiming at you're far enough away to see
The whole globe.
whole Earth
Yeah.
in a single kind of
Yeah, because from the space station you can see, like, you can look left and look right and see the curvature of the Earth, but I don't think you can just look straight out and see and have it not completely fill up your view. But you're going to get up high enough that you will be able to just see the globe in front of you.
Did they talk about the cost of this?
Space Adventures hasn't said, but what
I think we need to do it. Verbal Soul needs to go.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't really want to change the subject, but I want to say, has anybody checked their Virgin Galactic stock?
We're doing great. We're doing great.
Yeah. Living the dream right now.
Yeah. We're so glad we got in early. That's all.
I am up 318%.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm not up that high. I'm up like 200.
Yeah, I've bought some more today, but I'm up 186%.
Yeah, nice.
I'm happy I just doubled my investment.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Good for you. I mean, all of y'all that bought more, it is better than being up 318% because it's only going to go up. So you're in a much better position.
I'm telling y'all, in half a year when we're like huddled in concentration camps because of wounds. Now there's a report. People can be reinfected and they can get it, they can recover and then be reinfected. And once they're reinfected, basically their heart explodes in their chest. They just fucking keel over. They die.
Yeah.
Cool.
Your heart gets out.
All right.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have got it in the first place.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah. You see the video? Do you see the video in these people in this office room and this guy in a fucking hazmat suit with it looks like a super soaker spewing just like disinfectant. He just walks in. It's like and he's just like he's spraying everybody with just fucking disinfectant, like harsh chemicals, and they're just like all these people are just fucking huddled over.
Oh my god!
Made it at home with bleach and ammonia.
I saw the China videos when they were dragging people out of their homes.
Yeah, beating people, dragging them out of their homes.
What?
They were welding.
Wow.
They were welding some people into their homes.
Isn't China trying to keep that under wraps right now?
Oh, I'm sure
Probably.
they are.
Hong Kong's still going on. Nobody wants to talk about that anymore.
It's bad, man. I'll tell you, this thing's gonna be fucking bad. I hope y'all get some stored food and some water and some ammo and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Ammo? What do we need?
I mean, you need guns too, but
Ammo and camo.
Ammo and camo.
Camo. I'm just gonna wait. Resident Evil 3 remake is coming out, so I'll just get that and then I'll hole up in this camper and I'll play that game and think about the world ending. Like, I'm not going to work. If you want to repossess this camper, you come and get it. Just stay here. Eat spam. Just stay here, eat spam, and drink whiskey.
Spam's rough, man. I just tried spam.
I can't ever bring myself to try spam.
Fried up.
I just tried.
Yeah, fried it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I just tried it. I fried it.
Get low sodium unless you love salt.
Just that look of it just looks awful.
Yeah, if you're planning
like
on eating spam, you better have plenty of water.
Just a square hot dog, you know.
Yeah, or bologna.
It don't look like that.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, now I can imagine
It's like super fatty bacon.
eating it every day would be pretty brutal. But it's
Yeah, you got to mix it up. Get some canned stuff. Get some peanut butter,
spam, corned beef hash, French
yeah.
cut green beans,
dried squid.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about this in the future when this shit comes over. When we're all huddled up in here in the world.
Well, I don't know if China's forcing people to stay in their homes by welding their doors shut.
It's too late. The thing is, it's too late. This
wasn't there like
virus,
a cruise where like a handful of people were like they tested positive for it, like on a cruise ship.
They've had a cruise ship quarantine for the whole time now, and I think
one
of them they just let some people off of,
and they all came back with it. 14 of them came back with it.
There's a few people in some states that
this disease. You can be infected for 3 weeks and not show any symptoms.
Oh, great, cool.
it can be on a surface and you touch it, you get it. It can be floating in the air, it gets in your eye, you inhale it, you've got it.
So it's
like
airborne?
it's as
Yeah, I
contagious
remember
a
hearing that it
thing
was
as
airborne.
can be.
The government's using birds to distribute it.
And yes, and the thing is, like, some people, it barely infects them. Like, they don't really get anything.
But they are
Like,
carriers.
But they're carriers, and then certain people, like this one guy, one of the original doctors in Wuhan, fucking just died from it. Like,
Yeah, the
this
whistle,
last
the
week.
guy who blew the whistle on it is dead now.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cheery
Could be bad.
thoughts.
It really could be
Yeah.
bad.
Did you want to know how much it costs to fly?
Yeah, I didn't know there was actually
Well,
I didn't
we
know
don't-
there
we
was
don't
actually
know an
an
actual
answer to that.
dollar amount, but they flew missions before with the they've got the names, but they're kind of hard to say. An entrepreneur and space investor, Anush Ansari, and the co-founder of Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
Not Cirque,
Cirque
du
du
Soleil.
Soleil.
Is that right? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque
but
du
it's
Soleil.
not
How
it's
they
not written
spell
the
it.
way that I've seen it. The Cirque part, yeah, CIRQUE DUSOLEIL.
Yes, Cirque du Soleil.
Is that
Yeah,
how you
the
spell it?
last L is silent because
Okay.
it's like French,
Well,
French or something.
Guy La Liberté.
La Liberté.
Yeah. Those missions were priced around $20 million each.
Oh shit!
It's not much, guys. Not much.
But
Yeah.
there
Wasn't Virgin Galactic talking about like $100,000 or 150?
yeah, but that's
or some shit?
suborbital. That's as you go
yeah.
up and back down. You only get a few minutes.
Say if
Yeah.
we want to get that 20 million, buy up a bunch of Virgin Galactic.
They got the Mad Mike special.
And then okay, for comparison, it's going to be somewhere between this. So it says here last year, for example, a company called Bigelow Aerospace. That's the Bob
Bigelow
Bigelow,
Aerospace.
right? The guy with he wants to do the inflatable space hotels. Said
UFO
that
guy. Yeah.
It was going to organize trips to the International Space Station using SpaceX's Crew Dragon, and the company planned to sell tickets for about 52 million apiece. So somewhere in there.
Man,
In the tens of millions of dollars.
Damn.
And this will be a free flight, so I imagine it'd be more on the lower end because they don't have to dock with the space station. But
I'd have to sell one of my Bugattis to do that.
but you got plenty to spare.
See, that's disappointing. I feel like there's a potential in my life where I could afford $100,000, but 20 million.
Well,
like...
we're the thing that us lowlifes are waiting for is for the Starship plans to come to fruition, and if they actually make it where you can fly on Starship from one point to another on the Earth, because they said they want to make the price comparable to the same type of flight, but first class. So you're talking in the thousands, but
Right.
not in the millions or hundreds of thousands.
That's
whatever it
still
costs
that's
to fly
low
to
Earth orbit.
Tokyo first class, whatever the fuck that would be.
Like a few thousand.
It wouldn't even be
dollars.
low Earth, or it'd still be technically suborbital, but you would be up in space for the duration of the flight.
Okay.
And they might even offer point to point, like back to where you started, because it doesn't cost any extra really to remain in orbit for a while and then just deorbit when the flight's over.
Yeah, you would think so, right?
Yeah, I would. That's what I would think. Yeah, because you're launching and landing regardless, and so why not just have some flights that are just to go up in orbit and float around for a while, and then
If you're suborbital, are you getting that zero G kind of feeling? The way
yeah,
it's
as long as you get up there and the engine's cut off, and then you're still in free fall, but you've got some time where you're up above the atmosphere, nothing's really slowing you down, but you're on a ballistic trajectory where you don't have enough speed to take you all the way around and stay in orbit, but it'll bring you back down at your destination. Or you can give it a little bit more of a boost and go ahead and stay in orbit, and then they can deorbit whenever the time is right.
Right.
So you could maybe, stay up there for like a day, because you're in a certain orbit and then the Earth is rotating underneath you, and you wait for that spot to come back around where you want to land, which is where you came from. And then So if they could do that for a few $1,000s, I would totally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Totally
fuck
do
yeah.
it.
Tax return, baby.
Yeah, there's probably a Groupon for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Knock
Groupon.
10% off, man. Now it's only $4,000.
It's good deal for you.
We would do a little mini documentary like we're gonna do when we go see ICP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like
We
that.
get all painted up.
Hell
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
We're gonna assault some strangers. It'll be great.
You gonna throw elbows?
Yeah,
Oh man.
I thought juggalos are supposed to be friendly and super accepting of others.
Not all of them.
Well, you throw elbows and you're friends after.
Oh, okay.
You're still friends. You're still family. But sometimes you hit your family.
Yeah.
You just got to get in the pit and love someone.
Sometimes you just got to wing a friend.
That's right. Patrick said something to Steve-O.
Yes,
I know
I
it's
did.
from World Star, which is always promising.
Yes,
It is
always,
promising.
yeah.
This is a clip from a Korean TV show.
All right, so this part right here had to be deleted because as soon as we finished the podcast, we got a notification from YouTube that the video is being blocked. It's what we were talking about leading up to this. It's a Korean TV show. This woman is reunited with her daughter by virtual reality. The daughter is dead. It's really weird and creepy. We're not sure how to feel about it. But either way, we can't display it because it got a copyright strike on it and just blocked the video. So you're not really missing much because right after this, we start reacting to it.
Interesting, but a downer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like
You want me to
I
read the
just
Forrest Gump story again?
Weird as shit.
That's crazy though. Still, man, it's still amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
That's our
and
future.
One of those, careful what you wish for kind of things. I don't like that. That
Right.
might just fuck her up. She might be like, I got to do this like every day.
Yeah,
I mean,
emotional crack.
if you could if you could input enough data and you had enough,
Where it
the
was
AI
like you were talking to her, where you could actually
Yeah,
have
be
a
like-
conversation.
the holodeck in Star Trek.
Mhm.
Like like
I know.
upload consciousness.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that far. I'm not talking about uploading consciousness. I just mean like trying to duplicate a personality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. I don't know if it would necessarily help somebody. It's hard to
Yeah,
say.
really.
It could.
If they could, figure out how to put like a chat bot into it or something. Steve-O, play my backup video. We need a palate cleanser.
You're back.
Make sure to play it with sound.
Okay.
It's brilliant, sir. Brilliant.
All right.
You ever been so stoked about a product before and you just want to show everybody? Well, this is it. Here you go.
I'm telling you, what a rig. This is my favorite Christmas gift. Knock her down.
What a friggin' rig.
Move, fast
What a
to the
rig.
table, grab your potato, drive her
Potato.
in, and check this out. Boom! Fries! Another one? Look. Cock her back, drop the potato in. Boom! Fries! Want to see it again? Look, potato. Cock her back, drive her in. Boom! Fries! Want to do it again? Sure. Fuck it. Cock her back, drop the potato. Boom! Fries! Want to do it again? Sure. Fuck it. Why not? Here, look. Cock her back, drive her in. Potato. Boom! Fries!
That's pretty much it. But damn,
there's your Halo.
There it
they
is.
came out. They came out right.
They look like fries.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having that.
They be
with the air
fries.
fryer. Oh shit, son.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
Boom,
that's your
boom,
palate
fries.
cleanser.
All right, cool.
Boom fries.
We don't have to think about dead children coming back to life anymore.
No.
We
It
won't
might
have
happen
to.
with the
Maybe you
coronavirus.
want to. Yeah, well, that coronavirus is going to kill a lot of Asian children.
I knew the
Cute little Asian
coronavirus was
children.
just gonna come back up.
Yeah.
Look, I'm trying to be American and not worry about it.
It's already in America.
But it's probably only affecting like tourist destinations and stuff like that.
One
Oh
dude's
yeah,
from Blunt
we don't have
County
to
that's
worry
got
about
it.
that.
I guarantee you that every Chinese restaurant is suffering. I was even thinking about that the other day. I was like, I could go for some Chinese buffet. I haven't done that in a long time. But then I was like, I don't know.
That
I don't
didn't
think they
stop
get
me
their
from
food from
going.
China, you know.
Somebody went to Wuhan.
Yeah, what if they like went back to visit their family or something? I don't know.
What if they went to Wuhan and now they're making my pepperoni pizza at the Chinese buffet?
They just got the sniffles.
Yeah,
He does have the sniffles.
I do. I told
They don't
you
wear
guys I had
they
it.
don't wear masks. They don't wear gloves at the one I go to.
Huh.
They start putting up signs in their windows.
You're
I'll
probably
wait
Wuhan
3
free.
weeks.
They just say "fuck Wuhan" in the window. They're like, "All right, you straight."
let
I'll
Wuhan
leave.
burn.
That's the title.
So I don't know if I gave this update. I have committed to Scott about this ICP concert. I have told him I'm going. I've already requested the day off. We are painting up. We are going full clown.
Full on.
We're
Full
doing
clown.
full clown. Me and him, Patrick.
I'll be there. I don't know about
Patrick will be there in makeup, full clown.
Full clown. Patrick is full clown.
Dave, obviously, we don't even
Dave?
have to ask.
Dave, full clown.
Dave.
No,
Dave.
it's a negative.
Bullshit.
It's a negative.
I'll finance this trip for Dave. Only Dave.
You got Apple Pay?
No, he does androids.
Dave, what's your middle name? I'm buying you tickets right now.
No.
David Clown Boy.
David Clown Boy. You know the rest.
It's my juggalo name.
Oh, Ned Master. Ned
Master
Master. It's the only one I
Clown Boy.
remember. Ned Master. Apparently that does mean something, and I'm gonna have to ask Scott about that.
In Juggalo speak.
Yeah, it does actually have a meaning. Nedden.
Nedden?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. This is gonna be great. I am gonna film this whole thing. We're gonna make it into a mini documentary. It's gonna be discovering the Juggalos. We're gonna talk to Juggalos in the crowd. We're gonna capture the magic. We're gonna capture the magic of the whole thing.
Send me the video and I'll do the voiceover like David Attenborough.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Or hey, you could just buy tickets and show up, Brad.
Oh man. Well, I didn't tell you,
I don't
but
know. Look at
you
the
know how I
time.
was telling you about applying and trying to get a new job?
Yeah.
Well, I got it.
Oh,
last
nice.
Monday. So,
Yeah.
You're going to be climbing
I can't
them
really
towers.
yeah, I'll be climbing cell phone towers. I can't really
Congratulations.
ask for any time off though, at least until they're like, all right, you're good. We'll keep you. Here's a raise.
And here's some
You know.
vacation time.
Yeah, here's some vacation time. That'll be nice. I'll
Yeah,
have a
do it
job
that
where I
way.
can take vacation time and get paid.
That's a good trade-off. At least
Yeah.
you get paid for your vacation time. You know, it's not bad.
I've never been paid to go on vacation.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
I
it's
used to have a
weird
job
me.
where I got paid for vacation.
It's
It was
nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is nice.
How nice
Dave?
is it?
Dave, you done that?
It's real nice because you
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 still
don't have
get
to be like, well, I'm not going to get paid at all this week, so I better save up. It's like, nope, business as usual.
Yep. Oh, I do have an announcement to make. I
What?
just yesterday got my approval email from NASA to cover this next Dragon cargo mission to the space station. Under NASA, not NASA Social, but the real deal.
A real deal.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Big boy NASA.
So
This
we'll
is
see.
where you go. This is where you get into that full Luciferian. You start to get into the deep Luciferian end game. You start to discover the real underpinning of the whole operation.
Yeah,
maybe.
path to Illuminati.
Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah,
will you
sign me
please
up.
yell birds aren't real when you're getting off the bus so they're not sure who said it?
I'll wait until
film
we're
it.
in the press conference room. You know, like
Oh,
when you
yeah.
watch
Oh.
NASA TV, you know, and they're like the
Yes.
desk with all the people. Some of them you recognize. Sometimes Elon's sitting at that desk. You just never know. I'll
First
wait
light
until
for
then.
Horizons. I had more of a statement than a question.
I'll,
We all know it's good.
I'll get it. I'll make sure, I'll get it set up, where they know that I have a question to ask. And then I'll just say, birds aren't real. Thank you very much.
You're like
You're gonna
pointing
hand
out,
the mic back like you're real proud of it.
Yeah.
you're pointing out the window. Every bird, you're like, Lucifer, 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 Lucifer. You point at Elon, Lucifer.
Make sure you drop the mic too when you do it.
So,
man,
what is it that you get to do though, Steve?
Well,
Steven?
actually, being that it's my first one, I'm not sure what the email says is like press site approval. So it could be that I'm only approved to show up for the press site stuff, which is like to watch the launch. Let's see, press site media accreditation request approved.
Nice.
So I don't know if that means that I get to set remotes at the pad for it. But there is an interesting opportunity that is being offered by the head of media coordination for the Air Force. He's like, I just had this idea, and we're going to do a lottery. Everyone just let me know if you're interested. And he's going to pick 5 people out of a hat and let them set remotes at there's a launch pad right next to the landing pad for SpaceX. The upcoming one is a land landing. So he's going to let 5 people set remotes at this neighboring launch pad to point at the landing as the rocket's coming down. So I'm really
Sweet.
excited I get to do that. But we'll see. That's a lot. There's going to be a lot of people interested in doing that. So who knows?
That might also be an opportunity to lay in a coffin and have your wiener touched.
What?
It could
What?
be.
Oh, is that part of the
you're
Illuminati
right.
thing?
Absolutely.
Illuminati shit works.
Yeah.
No.
It's been a long time, man. Since
Sometimes we're gonna have to get into skull and bones.
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys don't know all this deep hidden knowledge. Did Becca send her fucking poetry
She got it or not?
voicemail?
Well, I mean, I can
Daniel
check.
better
I can
have.
always check. Why would I not check? Let's see.
Yeah, you gotta check.
Gotta
Oh.
look at that.
Steve-O, you should iron on verbal assault on your hat when you go.
Iron it on. Oh, in case I'm on camera.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure
I don't
he
know
would
if
put
I'll
his
get
other podcast
I don't-
on if he was gonna do that.
I don't know if I'll get into the press room because there's a lot of people and it's probably like seniority kind of thing. But
Yeah.
we'll see. It's in the middle of the night, so maybe not that many people will want to go. And usually they do those post-launch press briefings like right after the launch. What am I doing? Voice.
Maybe we should just call her.
Well, we're not on the right thing for that.
You could just hold up your phone to the mic. You could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could try.
Or she might have Hangouts on her phone. You can just invite her through that.
No,
And she
we
can
don't.
answer like a phone call.
She's
busy
working.
getting
Yeah,
yelled
there's
at
no
for putting
chance.
too much
There's no
cheese on a
chance she's gonna
pizza.
do it. They're about to close.
Oh.
Yeah.
No voicemail.
No, there's no voicemail. The last one was from January 25th from Jerry.
Old Jerry.
Uh,
All right. Well, then I guess that means what we're going to have to do is I'm going to kick it over to Dave for some words of wisdom to take us out on this show. Words of wisdom, Dave. You being the elder statesman, the one here that truly has lived a life, and you've got
that I
some
have.
and you have some wisdom.
Now, I've only lived one life so far.
Yeah.
The rest were only partial ones, not full lives.
No,
Mm.
yeah.
So, with that knowledge from many eons of time, I have learned that there's more than one coronavirus, and there always will be.
Hmm.
And you can be rest assured if you don't wash your hands, you're going to get sick. So it's very important to be sanitary.
If you do wash your hands, you're going to get sick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't touch your face ever for any reasons ever.
Don't
No.
breathe the air.
No face touchy.
Don't
No
even
facial.
breathe.
Don't
Personal-
scratch that eye.
Space. Personal space.
I like space.
You see someone sneeze or cough, you stay the hell away from them.
You run.
No, there's regular
Run away.
space and then there's personal space.
Spray them with Lysol.
And then throw the can at them.
Spray the space.
Like, get the fuck away from me.
Well, these
Thank
were
you,
kind of
Dave.
failed words of wisdom, I think.
No, Dave, you had something practical to say. That was perfect.
Don't sit by the vents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
This virus will go right through the vent and spew right in your face. Yeah. That is great advice.
Well, thank you. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Haywood Banks, for our copyright-stricken theme
Copy
song.
stricken song.
Copyright-stricken theme song. That's the word, right? Copyright.
Yeah,
Copyright.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for a great podcast. Thank you to chat. Thank you, chat, for
Thanks for
hanging
being
out
there,
with
Kyle.
us.
I'm sorry, I was on another screen and apparently nobody else was watching. Love you, Joe. Call. Thank you. Yeah, Kyle did suggest that a rocket launch would be a good place to spread the virus because a lot of people gather to see them.
A lot of people like just standing there with their mouths open,
Yep.
staring. Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, follow us on Twitter, motherfuckers, because that's where the link comes in. I mean, clearly some of y'all already get the notification, so thank you for the follow.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, before you go on there, everybody on YouTube, go on YouTube. All you listeners, even if you're just listening to the audio, go on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, click the bell for notifications.
Sometimes you're gonna have
Smash
time to
that
actually
like
watch live,
button.
and then you
Yeah.
get to get your comments in.
And then hit the like button, smash it, slap it,
Destroy it. Burn
and
it.
click the bell for notifications. You'll know when we go live.
Yeah.
And sometimes we might be going live for sumo when that comes back around. You never know.
You never can.
And you definitely want to be in for those sumo streams.
That's right.
Definitely.
Yeah. So follow us _verbal assault _ on Twitter, and then on YouTube. I mean, really, go to our Twitter account. There's a link to the YouTube account because it's one of those jumbled letter kind of
You'll
deals.
find it. You'll know it. When
Or
you see
just
it.
search YouTube for Verbal Assault Podcast, and
You'll
you
find
should
it,
find
yeah.
it that way.
And you can support us on our audio by leaving a 5-star review and subscribing to us on iTunes, wherever you get your podcast at. And support us on patreon.com/verbal assault.
Well, guys, you can interact in a lot of ways. You could get in chat and talk a bunch of shit. Or you know what? You got to be here at a certain time to do that. How about we do it on your terms? You just call 865-316-6955. You don't even have to really say anything of substance. Just fucking call up, talk shit. Call up and make bird noises. We don't fucking care. Just do something.
We know
Or
those
if you're a
fucking
limousine
Call the
driver.
number. Huh?
Or if you're a limousine driver, give us a call.
Yeah, if you're a limousine driver, please just call us.
We got a lot to say to you.
We know some people that know about limousines, and you're going to be real interested.
Did you say the number?
Oh, he said.
Thought I did.
Yeah, he said the number.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And like people stuck on cruise ships in quarantine say, Jesus!